getting this reading with our infrared thing, and they said something, it was coming up the steps. But as they're taking these pictures, it's clear, and they have a picture of a woman looking in from outside, looking in in that window right there.
Top window?
Yeah. A lot of times they asked me to dress in a uniform, and they were Southern sympathizers. So I'm Commander Roberts of the Sons of Union Veterans, so I have a Union uniform. And they took me upstairs in the uniform, set me down, and I seen a sign laying against the window that said, Dr. Mudd remembered. It was an event that we had here. I seen that sign fly across the room. It just got knocked over.
Oh, wow.
Our clothing rack at the other end of the thing, you'll see it when you go up there, got knocked over, totally knocked over.
Wow.
This group came in from Annapolis. Forget their name, this is their card here. Anyway, they came in and they were taking pictures throughout the farm, and they came up with the orbs and the shadows and all that. Now, there was no fog out that night, so, you know, that showed up. You see the orbs in here. There was one real clear one right here, some others. Then in the house, they noticed, to me it's hard to see, but you see how it formed a little bit better.
Oh,
as you
yeah,
stood
it's
there.
like a white mist around there.
And then this energy, according to them, came from the ceiling. And then there was a lady over there in the hallway investigating. There's a mirror still there, and that mirror shows the stairways. And you see her standing there. If you look at the stairwell there, I don't know if you can see it.
It almost looks like there's a shadow there.
But there's a shadow there, okay? So they blew it up. That's what they got.
Ooh, I'm getting chills.
Oh, wow.
Can't see the. There's a
Now, according to Helen, that's the big one.
Wow.
I thought it was a military guy because they were here, and it looks like a military uniform. It turns out that he had a chauffeur that lived upstairs that died up in the attic. That was his room, and his name was James, and he was a African American. You can see now that you can almost see that it was a black man. According to Helen, she had a conversation with him, and he's not a happy person.
Is someone upstairs?
The guy that lives upstairs.
No, Bob.
Oh.
Bob was there.
I was gonna say, I'm getting
No,
chills.
Bob's right there.
I'm getting chills.
Is somebody upstairs?
Is somebody upstairs?
Is somebody upstairs?
Nobody's
right now?
upstairs.
Somebody's walking.
Upstairs.
Yeah.
If they are, I don't know about it, and they didn't tell me there's no cars. Let's go up and
As
check
you're
it out.
talking about him,
Somebody's walking
Yeah,
upstairs.
Yeah, I heard it.
Now Henry may have come home. I don't know. I don't see his car then.
Well, there was a red car
hear
that
it?
came by earlier.
Huh?
Listen.
There was a red car.
Oh,
that
yeah.
came by
Someone's
earlier.
up there.
I did.
Someone's up there.
Yeah.
I'm getting chills like my next to one, so someone's a mess.
Where does Henry live?
All right, guys, I'm gonna head upstairs and I'll check back everything on here.
There's nobody here.
Really?
That's
Henry's
amazing.
not here.
Oh, wow.
Unless somebody stole my red truck out there.
Nick, I'll
That's-
just tell you that.
yes.
If he came here.
He has his room is
That's
right
on the
next
other
door
side.
over here. Yeah. That's why if you heard something walking, it may be him.
Clear as day.
Oh, yeah.
More than once.
Yeah, multiple times.
Well, it's rare that you guys come here if something doesn't happen. We've never had anything aggressive. Patrick Burke, the guy that wrote the book downstairs, he stands in the middle. He has nothing on.
Listen,
He can't hear what they're listening to.
something is touching my back.
Something's touching
Something's
your back
touching
right
you?
now? Like where? Like shoulder blades, lower back?
No, like right in the middle of my back. He's touching Terry's back. Oh my God.
Really?
Oh, I'm getting chills too. Oh
Again,
yeah.
it's Maggie again. We're getting ready to do a walkthrough.
Anyone have a digital
I'm so-
recorder?
I'm
This is
afraid.
Dr. Mudd's office.
I'm afraid to turn around.
Dr. Mudd has expressed
Something is here.
the fact that he has no problem with me here, but if I come up here in a union uniform, he don't want me in that room. They've said that. Hey, would you please leave? That's what he said. Have him leave.
Right.
Yeah, it is. Right? You feel it? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Ooh. You
Let's
can feel
see.
it. Oh yeah, Nick. Ooh, yeah. Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Hello. How are you, sweetie? Oh, Maggie. You can feel temperature
Literally, I was
difference
just
too.
laying right here.
And I was like this.
Like,
Who
right
are
here.
you? Are you Dr.
It was
Mudd?
almost like just tugging my shirt.
There's definitely
As soon as I walked in,
Dave.
like a heaviness in here.
Dave, take photos in here.
instant.
Yeah, I did before, I'll take more.
The clothing rack is right here, and it was back in that corner, and this is the one that knocked over. And you can see, somebody's got to push that awful hard and knock it over.
Yeah.
Wow.
Took a lot of energy.
And now,
Nothing coming up, no ventilation or anything.
now you mentioned the lady that was caught in the window. Is that from this window
That
here?
window right there. And it's the battlefield investigators have it. They show it when they come here. They show all their findings over on the wall in the video. And you can see it's clear as day. It's a lady, and she looks like she's sitting down, looking in, watching us.
Wow. Maybe she's sitting where you're sitting right now.
Looking from outside. I don't know if that makes any sense, but she was outside looking in.
Do you believe in the paranormal? There have been many mysterious phenomena reported worldwide. Eyewitness accounts to the unknown and often debated. Well-known documented events and studies, and we want to know. Is there something beyond this existence?
Can you say thank you?
Can you say thank you with one color?
Oh,
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
Join us on our quest as we try to unravel the mystery of life after death. On the fateful evening of April 14th, 1865, the 16th President of the United States, Abraham Lincoln, was assassinated by well-known stage actor John Wilkes Booth. While attending a play at Ford's Theater in Washington, D.C., Lincoln was shot in the head, and upon fleeing, Booth leaped from the balcony to the stage, where he broke his left fibula in his leg from that 12-foot drop. He exited through the back and escaped on horseback. He arrived at Dr. Samuel Mudd's house in the early hours of April 15th and claimed his injury was from horseback. Dr. Mudd splinted Booth's leg and arranged for a carpenter to make a pair of crutches for him. He slept in the front bedroom on the second floor. It's unclear whether Mudd had yet been informed that Booth had killed Lincoln, but upon going into town to run errands, it was certain that Mudd had learned of the president's assassination. When the Union Army came searching Dr. Mudd's house, the good doctor denied seeing Booth. A week later, Booth was eventually captured, and during his trial, it was revealed that he had stayed at Dr. Mudd's house. Dr. Mudd was then tried for treason and sentenced to prison. The house has many of the original furnishings, including the sofa that John Wilkes Booth laid on. Today, many claims from visitors have stated that they have seen ghostly troops marching the property. There have been the sounds of a woman weeping and claims that people have felt their clothing tugged. One of the most popular claims is of seeing a woman standing at the upstairs window. There is a lot to experience at Dr. Mudd's house. From the history of the home and property to the unseen residents, a visit here is definitely worthwhile. As for Abraham Lincoln, it was reported that just 3 days before his assassination, he had a dream where he walked in on a funeral in the White House, and when he questioned what was happening, he was told that the president had been assassinated.
Now the furniture, that's not the
time period.
Okay, let them know after this we're just coming in and out the front door.
Now, is any of this the original furniture?
A lot of it is original. That is original.
Okay.
And what happened? Okay. 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 There's a fire in here at some point, and I'm going to say it was in the 30s or something. But Dr. Mudd, and I don't have the dates for you, but Dr. Mudd at some point, of course that had to have been in the 1880s, 1870s, decided, and I don't have the dates for you, but Dr. Mudd, and I don't have the dates for you, but Dr. Mudd, and I don't have the dates for you, but Dr. Mudd, you can see the floorboard, the board there that covers it.
You can still kind of smell the fire too. The fire. You can still kind of smell the fire. You can still kind of smell the fire. You can still kind of smell the fire. K2's blinking.
Hey, who's here? Me? Who's me?
How old are you, Mike?
Just hit follow.
Sample.
Thumb's green.
Are you standing right here? Right in the middle of us?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, good. Thank you, Mike. Thank.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, good. Thank you, Mike. Thank.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, good. Thank you, Mike. Thank you.
Did you hear that? That was cool.
I got.
Did you hear that was cool?
Is it okay that we're on this trail? Yes. We got a guy named Mike that wanted to say hi.
He knows you. He knows
Yeah, he said he knows
Said
you.
your name, Ed.
Yeah. And he said he repeated your name to him. He said Ed.
Yeah, I saw Mandy on.
Slave.
Slave.
Is Mike still here?
Yeah.
Can somebody say hi, Eddie?
Hi.
I
I heard hi.
I heard Freddie. You just hear Freddie?
Maybe it was Eddie.
Did you fight in the war? Are you a Mud?
The mud. The mud. The mud. Did you hear that? It said the mud.
I heard that, man. That's what I
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe he's.
You're a Mud.
Hanging.
Hanging. Hanging slave. Look at that. Put that on video. Hanging slave.
Like push? Did they pushed them to hang.
Let me get a picture of that too, guys.
That as crazy as it sounds, it's a word bank.
Can I get a-
And in that,
Yeah,
spirits
it's
can
gone.
manipulate
It's gone.
words to
No.
communicate.
First.
Let me try to get
Crazy
this.
as it
real quick.
sounds, it works.
When it goes off.
Was there a large amount of slaves here?
Mass.
Mass, it said. Mass amount?
Like a mass
Holy
grave?
cow.
All right, hold on. I gotta get. Oh, I'm getting chills. Oh man.
Bones?
Mass amount.
Bones?
Yes, there's a
Hers always goes away.
And it
Boy.
communicated on two phones, mass and then amount on the other phone.
Well, it's just matching what other people have said here. They said that there were slaves in that
Boy.
field out there. There's
She got
slaves
boy.
down here, and they're up
She
there.
got boy.
Yeah.
I won't.
Mike, were you a slave?
Thought he was mud. Yeah, did he say it was mud?
Yeah, he said he was a
I don't know if that was
Could have
Mike.
been someone else though. This.
Mike. I don't know if that was
Could have been
Mike.
someone else though. This.
Mike. I don't know if that was
Could have
Mike.
been someone else though. This.
Mike.
Mike.
He just said Mike again.
There's a female.
Are you Mandy? Someone just said mud again.
Layla.
Layla.
Do you know about the fire?
Shit, it sounded like
It was shit?
Yeah, I thought it said effing shit.
Was there a suicide here?
There's dogs barking in the background for anybody who's got a recorder. For anybody who's got a recorder. For anybody who's got a recorder.
She got boy.
I always like to try and see
Did-
where they're at in the time frame.
Wasn't there babies died here, right? Wasn't there a 9-month-old baby or something?
A baby?
Yeah.
Died
baby?
here.
A baby died here, yeah.
She got cold baby.
Cold baby?
Yeah.
Get it on the camera.
It fell off a horse and broke its neck.
Oh my.
I don't know. Frank, are you here?
Somebody just said Frank.
I just got square.
Got family.
Frank is what Dr.
Frank a
McCauley's
family member?
wife, her name was Frances, or he called her Frank.
Frank
Oh,
and
that's
Frankie,
right. The wife. She got family on her thing. When you asked.
Frankie, are you here with us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
How old are you, Frankie?
I said Java.
Maggie, did you get him?
I said Java.
Maggie, did you get him?
I said Java.
Maggie, did you get him?
Dude.
Any of the mud children here? Yes. Who?
Was there Mary?
Nope. There was Andrew, Lillian, Thomas, Sam Jr., Henry, Stella Marie, Edward, Rose. Oh, there was a Mary Eleanor called Nettie.
Nettie.
If we said your name, did it just say Ned? Your name? Your name? Your name?
I didn't hear it.
That's what it sounded like.
I'm not sure.
You say Ned?
Ned?
Ned Spangler. He lived here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
He died here.
Ned Spangler died here.
He's buried down the road.
Kills.
Yeah.
You see that?
Ned, is that you? Ned, what's your last name?
Here.
I just heard Ned again.
heard Ned again, too.
I just heard Ned again.
heard Ned again, too.
I just heard Ned again.
heard Ned again, too. Ned, what's your last name?
What is he?
As coffin.
Get buried.
As coffin.
Get buried.
As coffin.
Get buried.
Are you buried near here?
Yeah, bring her.
Bring her?
Yeah.
Bring who?
Are you? I'm here. Did you hear? Are you? I'm here. Did you hear? Are you? I'm here. Did you hear that? Are you? When you said,
Still here.
do you like what they've done with this house? Yeah.
it?
All of it.
All of it. Well, we got yeah on here, and then you got all of it on there, so they like what's been done with the house. House. House.
Wonder if it's all. Is there an Anthony?
No. Why do you stay here?
Jackson. Is that Jacob's last name?
Jacob Jackson?
No.
Who's Jackson? Andrew?
Albert? Yeah.
Andrew?
Albert? Yeah.
Andrew?
Albert? Yeah. Albert Jackson?
Ed.
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 Ed. Lexi's happy to see you. Hey, Ed. What does it sound like?
What's your name, miss?
Is there a clubhouse here?
Become mad. Wow.
What did it say?
Become mad.
Are you mad?
Why are you mad?
He died. He died.
I just
died.
got agreed.
He died. He died.
I just
died.
got agreed.
He died. He died.
I just
died.
got agreed.
Heard that.
Who died?
Agreed.
Doc?
Are you looking for a doctor?
Maggie's a nurse. She can help you.
I'm not.
Terry's an EMT.
You talking about Samuel?
Do it. Did you hear that?
Talking about Samuel?
Do it. Did you hear that?
Talking about Samuel?
Do it. Did you hear that?
Do it. I got steak.
How can we help you?
Stay.
Stay. Who needs help?
What are you afraid of? What are you afraid of? What are you afraid of? Alarm.
Alarm?
I'm sure it's not that big of a place for us to not bury it and do everything.
Let's see what this view even looks like. Well, that's good because it's getting that hallway too. Sweet. Little did we know, that with the placement of this camera, it would go on to capture some incredible, groundbreaking evidence, but we'll get to that a little bit later.
Sam in here. Meet.
That's the shovel
Look,
in here. Okay.
meet evil.
It's a meat evil.
Yeah, it's an evil meat substances chills beg push town again.
This is the middle of the field. That's the dead soldiers, and that shovel right there looks exactly like the one you see right
Oh
there.
my goodness.
And this came from O.T. Riley's collection, so it's been documented. We bought it from his collection.
I didn't even realize we were standing right here, and then evil popped up on the obulus.
Yeah. Evil came up
Yeah.
because that's what that lady said. She said
It
that's
said
evil.
evil on there.
She
It
said
said,
evil, and I should bury it.
it said evil and then meat.
Al.
Finish.
Finished. They didn't finish burying him.
No.
Either that or finish and get out of here.
Yeah.
No, I take it as they didn't finish burying him, and that's why he's angry.
There you go.
What's here? Can you tell us what's here? Is there something negative here? It said actually, and then it said
Sam.
Mike.
Sam dress.
The dress right here. The dress right here. The dress right here.
Earlier,
Huh?
like Malia had demon like 3 minutes ago.
We got devil.
And evil.
Something about a lamb.
I got banshee.
Soul West. Soul West. Soul West Mountain. Tone.
Yeah, that thing was quiet over there. We came in here and it started.
Oh, crazy.
Tell us about this shovel.
What was the shovel used for?
Malevolent. Did you hear
Divided.
that?
He said, tell us about the shovel. It said malevolent.
And then it said divided.
Cycle.
Wow.
According to Helen, when she seen the shovel, she said somebody was killed by that shovel.
I got trapped.
You know what? I wonder if somebody was dying and they whacked him over
And
the
they
head
whacked it.
so they
That's,
could
and
just
that was
bury
brought
him.
up too. So,
Yeah, just
I
to
think it
end
was
his
her husband
suffering.
said that they could have killed him. You know, they didn't want to be on that detail. These guys, 25,000 people were wounded or killed that day. So maybe a soldier was wounded, maybe tried to get up, and they hit him with a shovel and killed him.
12. True.
Is it naming people that got killed by the shovel?
I don't know. What do you have? Malevolence stuff?
Church magic.
Church magic.
Did you just say the church?
Magic.
Did you just say the church?
Magic.
Did you just say the church again?
Nick,
I got pounds.
that white. Nick,
I got pounds.
that white. Nick,
I got pounds.
that white building is Dunkirk Church at the battlefield.
Oh.
And it said church.
That's it.
Sorry,
Well, that
what's
would
yours
be
saying?
that.
Anything good?
No, it's
That split
like
rail
the
fence came from that church. It's still got a
Hands.
bullet in it.
Hands?
Wow.
Nick,
Paper.
Nick, you see the fence behind the church?
Yeah.
That's from the fencing with a bullet inside of it.
You see that split rail fence in the background on the picture? That
So you gotta understand,
Laugh.
Nick, the church was a hospital during the battle. If these guys were like mortally wounded and should have been taken to the church, and other guys figured it was easier just to put them out of their misery and crack them over the head with a shovel instead of dragging them over
Wow.
and give them a chance.
It's a deceit.
There's a few devices here you can use to light up.
If you touch them, I see ya. I see ya. I see ya. Did you hear that?
I see ya.
It sounded. While the team was in the barn, we had our solo X cams recording throughout the house. This camera that we had placed in Dr. Mudd's office caught some of the most fascinating evidence to date. Once being turned on, we caught absolutely nothing for an hour and 10 minutes, then suddenly we caught this incredible conversation. We will now play it uninterrupted as we catch a dozen EVPs. Once this concludes, we will break down this conversation. At this point, the conversation ends and everything goes back to silence. Now let's break down this conversation so you guys can hear it a little better and try and figure out what's the message that's being communicated. So let's break down the first part. What's going on so far? EVPs that say, I wish not to argue, and you won't go far with him? Is this a discussion between Dr. Mudd and his wife? Does Dr. Mudd already know about what Booth did? History has told us that Mudd did not learn about Lincoln's assassination until he went into town. Is it possible that Dr. Mudd patched Booth up and now the family wants to send Booth on his way, so someone, maybe one of his children, asks, you won't go far with him? So to further add to our speculation, we get what I believe is Dr. Mudd speaking directly to Booth, saying, we ride with what you have. One of Mudd's children wonders why, to which he responds, that's how we play it. He's traveling light. So the phrase, "Mr. President's dead to me," could these words have been spoken by not Booth, but Dr. Mudd? Was Dr. Mudd going into town at this point when Mrs. Mudd mentions that he's forgetting about Mr. Booth? We can speculate that this was a private conversation between the two, since Mrs. Mudd spoke of Booth as if he was not around. Now, why would Dr. Mudd say that the president's dead to him? Could it be because Dr. Mudd owned slaves and President Lincoln was trying to free them? Could Booth have known that Mudd was not in agreement with what Lincoln was doing and went to him for help? Mrs. Mudd also mentions that Dr. Mudd would also get shot for keeping Booth at their home. The fact that Mrs. Mudd says, "You're not leaving here," further adds to speculation that after Booth was patched up, Dr. Mudd took him away from their home and dropped him off somewhere. Or could Booth have stayed at their home while Dr. Mudd went into town for supplies, already aware of who was at his home? Perhaps Mrs. Mudd was saying, "You're not leaving here," meaning she didn't want to be home to watch Booth. Nobody can confirm 100% about the events that happened that night. All we can do is speculate and present the evidence that we have recorded. And now back at the barn, the team continues to document some evidence. You know what? You know what? You know what? Help! Did you hear that?
Twice.
Twice.
Haunting.
2 times.
Haunting.
I just
My
got
son.
Help now.
Help, and then now. She just got
And
now.
then we got
Look,
my son.
and my son.
My son.
Help my son.
How can we help your son?
Was he wounded in the war? Was he wounded in the war? Was he wounded in the war?
Well, she's a slave or something.
Oh, did something just happen?
Yep.
Oh, see that?
Yeah.
There we
Wow.
go. Thank you.
Wow, you're doing great. So if it's easier to communicate that way, if you can light up green for yes, red for no, is that okay?
Wish.
Now,
Wish.
now,
Wish.
now, can you light that up blue? Let us know that you understand.
How about red?
Heaven.
Make it red.
How about red? Can you light that up red? My son, heaven.
Is that why the green light's flashing? Maybe
Holy-
her son just went over?
That is incredible. When we ask how we can help her son, it wants the son to go to heaven.
Or he just did.
Or
April.
It just said
April.
It just said
April.
It just said April.
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 We're in April.
What's today's date?
What?
We're not.
No, we're not. You don't want to light this up?
Key.
Key and safe.
Is there a key to a safe?
Oh, this is lighting up here now.
Tell them about you, Mags. If there's a key to a safe somewhere, can you light it up on green?
Oh! You're saying there's a key to a safe somewhere.
Well, we have a safe in the house that we can't find a key to, but I don't know.
Oh my god! Wow!
And we don't know what's in that safe right now.
Chill.
Right now,
Look
ask
at
me where
that
it
key.
is.
Where's
and
the key?
Jeez.
Do you know where the key is?
I gotta tell them about that. We don't have it.
Where is that key? Tell us where the key is.
think that there's
through
some
it.
artifacts in there. Mud artifacts have been put in there years ago. And it was in the closet.
Why is that
in the
green?
house. When we go,
Well, I
when we go
gotta
in,
chill.
we'll check in the closet and see if it's in there still. I don't know what they did with it.
He said,
Hidden. Who's making that light up?
Something is standing right here.
Jacob?
Is there anything attached to this shovel?
Were you killed by the shovel? Again, it was what-
So Maggie, so when I tell you when, come over here and start filming his screen, because we'll hopefully catch a stick figure.
Yeah.
oh, sorry.
So, I mean, it's quiet enough we can maybe try to do like an EVP session.
Oh, there's something inside there on the. Was just dancing around on the chair inside the tent.
Oh, that's where he was.
My grandpa keeps trying to go.
You sure it's not maybe mapping
I think it's mapping that post, but no, but before it was right on the chair.
Yeah, it was. I saw it.
But he also said there's a mannequin in there, so.
Well, that's laying down though. That's yeah.
Oh,
And
okay.
it's under a blanket.
See now that's just.
Oh
See
yeah,
everything on
yeah.
the
There's
chair.
somebody there. Somebody's
There?
on that chair right now.
And that's where he was said to be last time.
She said, whoever it is comes and goes. And he's bitter,
And
it-
he's mean, he won't look at you.
And it appears and then it goes away.
Of what?
Maybe if you try to move in a little more in here.
Is he still there? Can you get a video on Travis' phone for a second?
She got finished on her thing. Her app.
Oh, see, he just popped in real quick. Can you? There he is. He like dances on the chair for a little bit.
I'm gonna set my phone on your shoulder so I can film while you're doing that. We're using the Connect device here now, trying to pick up
That's.
mapping
Oh, yeah,
pattern
see?
in on the chair that's in the tent.
He's
Now
there,
the one on the left is the post.
and the one on the right.
Yeah.
If you're the, can you lift your arm up? Oh, he just vanished. Maggie, you're doing great.
Oh, thanks. Means a lot.
You ready to join the team now as the cameraman?
Yeah, I'm down.
Up here.
What?
Up here?
Up here.
Up here?
Holy shit!
Did you hear
film
what
that?
Travis
Film
said,
it.
Maggie? Let me get
What are we
that.
doing?
Film
There
the
we go. We
screen.
got
It
appear.
just said
Cool.
appear.
Try
As
and
we
appear
caught
for
him
us.
on the screen. We gotta let Eddie know. Wait a minute. What's that on the right? There's something on the right now. What is there? It's
Turn your light
It's
off.
not the crutch.
No, okay. Hopefully I won't.
no. I don't think it's mapping anything over there. There's nothing.
Can you turn and
Unless-
face us? Are you turning and facing us?
There's something standing right there, right in the corner.
Can I
How about
shine
try
your light?
lifting your arm up again?
There you go.
There you go. Look at that.
That's intelligent right there.
How about your other arm now? Can you do your other arm? We see that. We see your one arm.
So cool.
Wow, look at that. He's like waving.
Thank you.
He's like
She's
waving.
recording it as it's happening. She's recording it on her camera here, and Travis is recording it on the phone. So yeah.
That is incredible, and
Cool,
that
isn't it?
is happening
All
right here
kinds
in
of
the
cool
corner.
things.
So he's gone
So
now.
when you're medium, so that he just sits in there and doesn't.
Well, according to the people that the lady that said she's seen the guy in there said he had white hair, he was really old, and his name was a long name like Knickenbocker or something like that. She got a name out of it, but he wouldn't look at her,
Okay.
and he would, but he wouldn't look at her,
Okay.
and he would, but he wouldn't look at her,
Okay.
and he was mad. He wanted her to leave.
I just got
Somebody there.
Do you want it
Well,
back?
that's somebody in the background there. So it's mapping the saddle.
The saddle and that guy on the right.
Yeah. And all the bugs on the screen. See, I was picking There's like streaks of light going through there too.
You want to try an EVP?
We only have 3.5 hours left, huh?
Oh, we gotta get in the house. Oh, we gotta get in the house. Oh, we gotta get in the house. House.
Yeah.
We'll show you the video where we captured the stick figure, and we were asking him to raise his arm, and he cooperated to raise it. Melissa, you got the raise his arm, and he cooperated to raise it. Melissa, you got the raise his arm, and he cooperated to raise it. Melissa, you got the. Let me see the phone. Raise his arm, and he cooperated to raise it. Melissa, you got the. Raise his arm, and he cooperated to raise it. Melissa, you got the. Raise his arm, and he cooperated to raise it. Melissa, you got the. This next piece of evidence was caught while the team was still in the barn. There was absolutely nobody in the house when this incredible footage was captured. Now you want to keep your eyes on the window above the door. Keep in mind a standard door is 8 feet tall. You will see a shadow black out this area before moving on. With the window above the door, you would be looking at someone who has to be 10 feet tall to show up in this space. Keep in mind that this farm is also on a private piece of land with no car traffic either. Could this shadow figure be James, a grumpy spirit that was previously photographed in this exact area?
And then there was a lady over there in the hallway investigating. There's a mirror still there. And that mirror shows the stairways. And you see her standing there. If you look at the stairwell there, I don't know if you can see it
almost
with
looks
the
like
light,
there's a shadow
but there's
there.
a shadow there, okay? So they blew it up. That's what they got.
Ooh, I'm getting chills.
Oh, wow.
Can't see the. There's a.
Now, according to Helen, that's the big one.
Wow.
I thought it was a military guy because they were here, and it looks like a military uniform. It turns out that he had a chauffeur that lived upstairs that died up in the attic. That was his room, and his name was James, and he was African American. You can see now that you can almost see that it was a black man.